On this week's episode of the Superhero Show, we'll find out if Harley and Ivy will survive the Season 5 finale of Harley Quinn, if Fisk can survive normal mayoral duties on Daredevil Born Again, and if Mike will survive a whole episode with Cassie. All of that and more on an all-new episode of the Superhero Show. What's up, nerds? Welcome to the Superhero Show, a podcast where friends gather around to talk about their favorite comic book-based TV shows. My name is Cassie, and I will be your host for this episode. Joining me, I have a room full of friends. Starting it off, there's Ryan.
Wow, and this is not like what you usually say, which is when it's just your stuffed animals, your little stuffies.
Are they?
And you do like little concerts for them?
Yeah. That is what
is their favorite song that you sing?
Nickelback, I Want a Quesadilla. I don't know the technical term of it, but all I know is that dude comes in the background and he's like, I want a quesadilla. And that is their favorite song. Thank you for asking.
And now it's mine, okay? Am I back in your good graces?
Yeah. You are also my friend. Are you coming to the concert next week? I'm throwing one.
I couldn't get into the VIP section because Teddy Ruxpin stole my ticket.
Well, yeah. I mean, he's here every week and he supports me like no other, so you will never knock out Teddy, bro. Also, there's Mike here. Hi, Mike.
Never made it as a wise man. Couldn't cut it as a poor man stealing.
Mike Nichols back over here.
Do we just turn this into karaoke? Let's go, guys.
Everything's karaoke if you try hard enough and sing bad enough.
I think we all sing beautifully, and we have a track record of that.
Cassie, we just lost 75 listeners. I need you to bring them back. Please.
Do you want me to sing another Nickelback song?
No. Something besides singing. Is there anybody else you could introduce to maybe get those listeners back?
To get the people back and get the people hyped. I know exactly who to bring in. We have, guys, big guest. We got Caitlin this week.
This is how you remind me what I really am.
Do you guys think that that Nickelback is full of WWE people?
Yeah, now they are. They're basically a Nickelback cover band. It's kind of sad. Where's Chad Kroeger?
Probably at the grocery store, Mike.
There we go. So in your world, 75 people turned the podcast off, but then energy emanated in such a way that they're like, I gotta turn that show back on.
75 new people just joined, and so we flattened out. We're even.
And they joined a minute in. That's sociopath behavior.
I'm sorry.
I'm feeling good energy, good vibes from right here.
They
heard outside of the studio. They were like, Caitlin singing Nickelback? And then they all subscribed.
They came for the passion. They felt the passion, and they saw the lines, and they were like, I know this is where it's good.
What's up? We welcome all you foot freaks.
Foot freaks? Why they gotta be foot freaks?
If people come to a show for Caitlin, they're foot freaks. We all know what she used to do.
Yeah. Her pastime, we absolutely know.
I ain't against bringing it back.
Why dark?
You seen them feet?
She wasn't good at lighting.
So bad photography.
Yeah, it all looked like fucking the Blair Witch shot, but with feet instead of snotty noses.
I mean, I did shoot it all on my phone too, so like
the people loved it.
Yeah, most of them shot it all over their phones. So.
On that note, let's get it on track, guys. This week we will be talking about the Harley Quinn finale. I wanted to see with you guys. We don't know, as far as I know, we don't know if the next season is getting renewed. How do you guys deal with this in-between period of shows that you like and not knowing if it's getting renewed?
Well, I mean, even with shows I love, I hope that they never come back. But I just think that, and we'll get into this in the show, but the way that it ends, that's it, right? I'm totally cool with this being it.
Yeah, and they ended it in a way that they're like, we are too. I don't know. Maybe we get more Kite Man. Hell yeah. The lesser Harley Quinn,
which has been renewed for a second season.
Oh, there you go.
Hell yeah.
we get to keep making this show then. Cool.
It all rests on Kite Man's shoulders. But if there is one, like, have you guys, for me, I am not okay with this, wrecked me as a human being, and I'm never the same again. Like, these periods are stressful for me.
I forget. you're the single person in this world who reminds the country that this show exists
Nonstop.
every like 6 months.
It was so good.
Until there's justice for this show, that just as it started to get amazing and we would have had a kick-ass season, it ended and it didn't get renewed. And we have like 18 seasons of Supernatural. I need justice out there.
You
Wait,
are
what
too.
show? Bat Wheels?
I am not okay with this.
No, Batwheel's
It's the
still going
Cassie's.
strong.
Oh, I thought she was just saying. I forgot that was a show, and I thought she was just saying how you feel emotionally.
Cassie is too. I am not okay with this. As Mike is the October faction. So, Mike, are you okay now that October faction
man.
doesn't feel like it's coming back?
But it was such a good story about those parents, and I think they probably had kids and they fought vampires.
He remembers everything about it so clearly.
No, my October faction is obviously Dark Matter, and I want the crew with Captain Mark Dadder to come back.
Do you know what's weird is I was reading a comic book the other day called The Power Fantasy, and I was loving it a lot. And I was like, oh, man, Netflix is going to ruin this. It's just, this comic book is so good that Netflix is going to buy it and suck all of the juice from it.
That is a bummer to like, if now you consume anything comic book and you like enjoy it, you just see future down the line that it absolutely at some point will get shit on.
Did you read that one, Mike? Because I recommended it to you so hard, The Power Faction.
The Power of Faction?
The Power Faction.
No, I don't even remember you recommending me that.
He did it
Yeah.
so hard.
Did it so hard.
Well, we won't be talking about that because it's not a show yet, but tonight we
Yeah.
are talking about Harley Quinn. So let's take a break, and when we get back, we'll jump right into that. In the season 5 finale of Harley Quinn, after Harley's mom convinces Brainiac that things don't need to be perfect and that the mess is the point, he decides to help them all escape the bottle, but he then needs to be convinced to save them from dying in a collision with his home planet Kolu. This task falls to Bane, which does not go well, but Brainiac is luckily visited by his dead family and monkey that convince him to save Harley and her family. This is not the end of their problems, as they all almost die on the ship ride home until Superman saves them. Taste buds, I ask you, did this episode stick the landing?
Yes.
It felt very finale. Like,
Yeah.
Harley feels like she has a mature relationship with her mom, as much as one can.
Which is still like, shut the fuck up, you bitch.
Yes. Her and Ivy have learned that lesson of let's be honest with each other for the 18th time, but I think this time it'll stick. Ivy is going to be a good mom to Frankette and not have her almost kill herself to save them. Like, yeah, it feels like a good, like, doo-doo-doo, we made a show.
I think ultimately, like the big one out of the 3 that Mike said is the Ivy Frankette thing.
Yeah.
Like that was seen. So just to go back, they're very tiny in a bubble, and they're trying to get Frankette to smash the plant's head onto the thing, and there's like green plant blood.
Yeah.
And then that's when Ivy says, I can't do this anymore. That was, I don't know, like once you see your baby hurting itself and you have to say no, I think Ivy's a good mom, guys. I think she's going places.
Yeah, just 10 minutes straight of screaming, I don't love you, you're a bad baby. And then wait.
That part was not perfect.
But look, Harley turned out so good. She was following the advice of Harley's mom, and it worked for it. If without that advice, they would not have been saved. So,
But Harley's dad and Harley's mom and Harley are all about the whole do what we need, which is a little selfish, and then also what they have in the back of their mind is this will make them stronger. And that's what selfish parents always say about what they put their kids through is,
Right.
no, this will make them stronger when they get through this. And Ivy is just not like that, even though Ivy's this whole like sharp, cutting, I'm a cool girl. I'm not like other moms. I'm a cool mom. Is the one who puts her foot down and says, like, this has to stop. Even if we die, I'm not going to have my baby get hurt anymore.
Right. I think her journey more was she didn't want to be a parent. She wanted to be that boss-ass bitch. And ladies doing it for themselves. How does she do it all? And then, like, inherited a secret kid that she didn't necessarily want. And then by the end was like, no, wait, I think this is why I'm here.
That classic story.
that classic
Like
one.
Mary. That's what Mary went through. She didn't want no kid.
Yeah, she constantly was, baby Jesus, I fucking hate you. He's just
But no,
smashing
she
his
was
head
like-
into
She
those
was
golden
traveling.
myrrh.
She was always like Joseph, I'll never have a kid unless God tells me to by having sex with me.
Do you guys think like it felt very random for them to throw in Harley's mom for them to have this growth and closure? Like it was still good to see, but it felt out of left field.
Well,
Here's
I think
Mike?
that's why they're preparing for the end. It's so Harley, like they're closing all the emotional things that have been going on through the show. Her and Joker put it to bed forever ago. That's why we didn't need another scene with them. But her dad's dead. Good. There's no redeeming him. And her mom kind of, they're growing in a way. And we're ready for the next sitcom season where they do come back. Oh, cool. This super annoying character is one of the main characters now.
And we've had a Harley Quinn reboot because King Shark and Clayface, and then what's the guy, like Jason Alexander? The little guy in the wheelchair? Psy. They all went away for a while. So, like, the show is done restarts, and we could do another one next season if we get one.
They could go to Star City. They could go to Central City.
They
could go to Keystone City.
They have a pile of bottled cities. So, like, any one of those they could go to. But, yeah, I think that if you get Susie Essman from Curb to be in your show, you absolutely put her in. But I agree with Mike. Like, that dad was so revolting that for the mom to be even attracted to him at any point makes her also terrible. But this feels like a good. I'm in balance now. My relationship with my girlfriend, my family, everything is. Now I'm ready to die. She said, I wish I was closer to home. But then, of course, we get the classic line, home is wherever you are.
Mm-hmm. Thanks, Edward Sharp.
So touching. Did you guys at all think that they were going to die? Did you for a second believe that they would all die?
We've been talking for episodes and episodes about where's Superman. So
yeah. And like this show, as like deceptively heartfelt it can be, there's no way this like piss fuck cunt cock sucking show ends with them all dying and breaking our hearts that way. That'd be insane.
It could end with Lena and Lex getting eaten by fucking Audrey too automatically, but not our heroes, just our villains. Because the villains don't matter, guys. It's the mess that's important.
Oh, I did like that. So we had the previous episode, we had Lena and Luther working together, and then immediately, like a minute into this episode, it immediately started to dissolve, and I was like, yeah, that is absolutely how it would work.
I mean, Harley out loud says, I have an idea. I will pit them against each other.
They heard her say that.
And they're both like, that'll never happen. Fuck you.
Yeah, they did end it at a good point. I enjoy the show, so I'd be happy with another season, but I also don't. Well, I mean, this season felt like, I was gonna say I didn't know where they would go with it, but I would have never expected like a more Brainiac centered season as well. So that's why I'm not a writer.
And if I had paid attention to that one Brainiac, if we're gonna do like a season overall review, if I had paid attention more to that Brainiac episode, which I did not, then this ending probably would have hit harder as he crashes his ship into his home planet. Mm-hmm. But his family is in his memory, so he's fine, right?
Yeah, they basically continue to live on. Like they even said, like, come die with us. It's totally chill up here. We're just vibing.
Yeah, they've been dead for thousands of years.
Yeah, with that monkey.
I think with Coco. So Coco is back as well, who he doesn't say anything but loves more than his wife and his son.
Yes.
Way more excited to see Coco again.
But yeah, a whole new reboot would be great, even if it's in the James Gunniverse. But like, I think that when people get control, they want all this stuff to sort of go away.
Yeah.
So I think that this might be the last season of Harley Quinn. I think next season of My Adventures with Superman might be the last, just to like.
No.
Don't you
I don't know if
put that
that's
out there.
sarcastic or not.
No, it wasn't. But no, because they just announced My Adventures with Green Lantern. Like, I do think
really?
cartoons might have a different rule.
Wait, did they really?
Is that
Yeah, is that a joke? Is he frozen? So yeah, let's just do My Adventures with Jimmy Olsen, My Adventures with Coco, My Adventures with Coco's Bones.
But overall, you guys, like, I enjoyed this season. I want like an overall ranking. We have a good ending to it. We're happy with how it ended, but overall, the full season, how'd you guys feel about it?
I'd put it in the middle of the 5.
2.5?
I put it.
No, I meant in the middle of the 5 seasons. Probably, if we're doing stars, probably still like a 3.5.
But no, you can't argue.
Season.
2.5 is in the middle of 5.
That's
so
true.
She was not wrong.
Math
You
whiz.
weren't proud that I just fucking mathed so hard and nobody started standing up and applauding and like I'm off. I'm off, guys. This is the end for me.
Oh, another season finale. I think this was a great one. I think the Brainiac episode showed how great it was, because without Harley Quinn and Ivy cursing, I don't want to watch it. So just more of that in the 6th season, please, if that does happen.
Let's go to moments of the week then. Mike, do you got one?
Look, I don't want to be the guy who says I want more Batman everywhere, but Bruce Wayne became one of my favorite characters in this show, and his line, the people in the bottle are instantly cannibals, and they're like, "Who was it?" Like, I don't know. They ate his face off, and damn it, the cannibals got no face. So fucking
No,
good.
I mean that's just classic comedy right there. Also, I love the protesters just protesting to the point of violence. Like,
Yes.
no, we're all like, there's so many people don't know what they're protesting. They just know they have to protest.
I would say this season of Harley Quinn is doing one-to-one metaphor for what's going on in the real world better than Daredevil is. At least more subtle and more pointed.
I don't. Yeah. I was going to say I don't know about more subtle, but then I thought about what the other one was doing, and I was like, no, you're probably right. Ryan, what's your moment of the week?
My moment of the week is, of course, has to do with a certain person who is filled with venom every time he touches his chest. And Bane has an opportunity to save all of this. But everybody's like, Bane, just tell him what he wants to hear. And he's like, I will. Brainiac sucks. And then finally they close the curtain on the bottle of Metropolis, and everybody's like, "Fucking you piece of shit, you stupid!" And all he does is hang his head. Such a dumb, big, handsome piece of shit.
This was because like we have this whole like everything depends on him. They convince Brainiac that in order to save the world, he has to decide to, and that's what happened in the play, because the play is the only thing that he fucking cares about at this point. So he goes.
But no, that's wrong.
He goes to Bane and he's like, "Let me consult the genius that created this." Cut to Bane. And Harley straight up tells him like, "Hey, this is the only way we will live." And he was like, "Yeah, but it's not what my vision was, so I don't know what to tell you."
Inside the room, you have Lois Lane, Bruce Wayne, Joker, Clayface, everyone's like Bane, King Shark. King Shark's fucking terrible son who should be aborted post. This is where I'm at my most democratic.
I love Sean Shark.
No, he's awful.
You would.
Just all you have to do is just sing the song correctly, and he doesn't, or incorrectly, I guess.
Yeah. There was also I still don't understand why it was such a big part of it, but Joker spent the whole episode trying to get Batman's signature or Bruce Wayne's signature for his internship, and just started getting everybody else's signature. I can't tell you why this was happening. I thought there was going to be some like plot to this. No, he was just getting signatures.
He's a very caring father.
Yeah.
And also interested in people's signatures. If you haven't checked out Harley Quinn yet, you should. It's on Max. It might be the final season, so give it a shot. Go check it out. That is all the time we have to talk about that. I do have time to talk about a website, though. And Caitlin, I know these weeks that you've been off the pod, you've been working on just like a really big website idea.
Yeah. Yep.
Is it ready to debut?
It actually is. It's a really good one, and I've been trying to learn coding, but I learned all my coding from Neopets. So I actually took inspiration from that, and I created this new website where we have bags.
Okay.
And
Wait, hold on. Do we need more? Because what we have so far is we have bags.
I'm all about bags.
Like, it's hard to hold things. A bag is great to throw so many things in it.
yeah, the bags don't have handles, and they have holes in them, and they're like holes as big as soccer balls, and it's couture.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And this was inspired by Neopets?
Yeah, because coding and yeah.
You don't have to explain more. I see
Obviously.
the vision. Obviously. Absolutely.
I was like deep into Neopets, and I was going to like get myself some omelet in the morning just to feed my pets. You know, my pets.
Obviously.
Is Neopets like Tamagotchi?
It's
better, bro.
I have to go
dare
to
you.
I have to go to the bank, and I have to get interest on all of my monies. So no, it's not.
You fucking fool. You fucking fool.
I started out on Ryan's side, but the way Caitlin answered, I was fully like,
Yeah.
this idiot.
I ran a fucking guild, guys. Respect me and my Neopet prowess. I don't even know what that word means.
Usually I ask questions so I can learn more, but now
Yeah.
I know less.
Yeah, for sure. 1,000%.
Buy my
Banks
bags with holes in it.
Interest. But is that the name of the website? BuyMyBagsWithHolesInIt.
Buy my bags with holes in it.
.com, .org.
.pets.
.pets, obviously. Well, Caitlin, this sounds like a beautiful bag, and I think you need a beautiful website to match it.
Thank
and
you.
I have some friends who will help you make it beautiful. That's cybersprout.net. They got design experts that are well-versed in digital strategy and elegant design. Elegant bags need elegant design. They work hand in hand with you. They love Neopets. They got easy to edit fields, so you don't need to know coding. You just drop stuff in there. They got your back, dude. They would love to join your guild. Check
thank
them
God.
out. It's cybersprout.net. They're your partner for digital world. Let's take a break, and when we come back, we'll talk about Daredevil. We're back, and we're going to talk about Daredevil Born Again. Ryan, tell the people what happened.
On this week's episode of Daredevil Born Again, Mayor Fisk is running around town doing the boring mayor shit instead of figuring out ways to get around red tape. Meanwhile, Matt is going on both an emotional and forensic journey regarding the death of the White Tiger. Both of those journeys lead him to the bunker of one Frank Castle. Taste buds, I ask you this. Does this mean the bear's brother is alive? Is this what happened to him?
Yes.
Chef?
Yes, chef.
Yes, chef. And anytime Frank kills, he just imagines that little ripped dude going, "Go get him, brother! Get him, cousin!"
As he
Go get him, brother.
I'm sorry, I turned into Slim Jim.
Is this what? No, Slim Jim.
Slim Jim.
Your new nickname. Is this why you wake up at night saying, "Brother, cousin, get him. Brother, cousin,
Yeah,
get him.
that's why I can't watch The Bear anymore. It just
Uncle,
sends me in a
aunt, cousin, brother." Was this the return of John Barenthal you guys were all hoping for / expecting?
loop.
It was a
Look,
bummer.
the internet has some issues that he's showing emotion. That doesn't bother me. I thought he did a great job of giving the Punisher emotional range in his own show. There was just like, it kind of felt like he was trying to remember and get back into the skin of Frank Castle. He like couldn't quite get there. It felt more, and this is like maybe unfair, and like I do think they're different characters, but it felt more like Shane from The Walking Dead than it did feel like Frank Castle.
Oh,
Like I said.
that is unfair. But I mean, it's true. It's just horrible to say.
Yeah, it felt weirdly forced, and it just like nothing felt right about it. Like their interaction with each other, I was like, Daredevil didn't seem like Daredevil in the interaction at all. Like everybody just felt off from what they are.
In his 2 seasons of TV, did he say candy ass more than in this one scene?
That's all I was thinking. I was like, they were like, "Oh, we got to get back to the comics. We got to say what they say in the comics." And he didn't say candy ass enough before.
That felt,
Simply,
definitely.
it's simply no much. It's not enough candy ass.
When Matt called him a victim, did he say pussy? Like
Yeah.
it did feel like I would never use that pussy word. I was just like, who are you?
You're the true villain, Frank. Of course. I felt that it was like very forced, and I read that John Barenthal was not going to come back for this because the scenes that he read did not read as Frank Castle, and so they rewrote them. And I felt like this whole speech that Frank Castle gave was John Barenthal talking about the previous Daredevil scripts, saying, "This is too candy ass. I'll never do this stuff."
See, there's so many internet rumors flying around right now. A lot of people are saying, and who knows what any of it is fucking true, but some people are like, this is actually from before they overhauled the show. This is the one thing he did film, and this is why he walked away. But I don't know if that's just people who can't just say something was bad. So they watched it and was like, no, this is from the bad times. This couldn't be the good show we're supposed to get.
If this is a good one and then there was a bad one, I'm so curious.
I need the
want
footage.
I need the full Daredevil cut.
Give it to us.
Guys, I don't want to get to moments of the week, but Matt says, "Bullseye got life."
Yeah.
What about
he set
Foggy?
him up. Yeah.
Did Foggy get life? That's the corniest shit. I once got thrown into a fucking tower of candy corn, and it was less corny than that fucking line.
It also, like, I don't understand what Frank is doing. Like, what is he in this little basement bunker doing every day of his life. Like, what is he? How is he continuing his days?
He also doesn't have a kitchen. Like,
well, he only eats cans of beans, obviously.
obviously.
Not opened.
No,
Like he's
crunch
half
into
goat. Yeah, he's just shotguns cans of beans.
We've all shotgun cans of beans.
Okay, Riverside. Mike, is this the Frank Castle that you know and love? Oh, I forgot to not talk to him.
He's going through it right now. He's feeling himself.
Mike, is this the Frank Castle that we know and love? Oh, okay. I forgot to not talk to him.
Hey, again, on this one, he's still not available.
Caitlin, we haven't talked to you about this season so far. Is this the Daredevil that you know and love?
No. I think the first, well, no and yes, because I think the first episode kind of threw me off and it set the tone for this. And then I do think it picked up more on the second episode and this third one. But fourth. We're not the fourth. I do think it picked up. So I'm liking a lot more where it's at. But at the same time, there's just moments where it's like it's clearly been Disney-fied and there's something different than the Netflix, like nitty-gritty. Like there's too much light. It should be much darker, like lighting-wise. And yeah, but I do, like, I'm still loving it. And can I bring up the biggest contrast between this one and the Netflix one?
Please do.
It's Matt Murdock's ass.
Why did I even ask? Why?
It was
Obviously,
so
it's going to be this.
voluptuous and beautiful in the Netflix series, and his suit fits so well. This one, we got a close up. There was a moment where it was just the screen where you see his ass, and it's like, wow, that looks flat. And it's like that's not the Matt Murdock I know. So.
Caitlin fell to her knees and wept while watching.
Yeah.
She lost what she
no.
loved most in this world.
No.
Matt Murdock is gone, and now we just have Matt Murdock. The thing that reminded me the most in this fourth episode about the Netflix series is that it was boring. It's just spinning wheels for no reason, and I'm not sure why we're here.
This episode confused me the most. The whole episode, I was like, what is everyone doing? Like, why are we watching all of this?
Hold on, time out. What is everyone doing?
You on screen now. What are you doing? Explain it to me.
I think there's just so much of this where, like, even the relationship that Matt Murdock is in right now, it's like, I don't care.
Sucks.
She
like,
could die and I don't care because we didn't even build up like a relationship with them. It's like, oh, you are but a single boy. Here is but a single woman. And now you are together.
Sorry,
And
that's
it's like,
life in the big city.
there was nothing though. There was
Subways,
no build-up to it.
bodegas.
And
Yeah.
also, like, I think they're living together now, and they didn't earn that
Yeah.
jump into the relationship.
I think it's because she has it's George Clooney and his wife. He's very handsome and she is so accomplished, and he is blind but can cook dinner. And so they're like, "Oh, hello."
Yeah.
Why
They
don't
brought
we-
up how much he's blind so much, by the way. They're just really hitting on the blind thing.
He is blind though, just so you know.
He
is.
sure is. But they like want to remind you every 2 seconds. They're like, blind joke.
We do talk a lot about when our episodes try to teach people lessons or talk about what's going on in the world. How did you feel about the commentary of his client who stole carbo corn?
Just wanted that fiddle faddle.
2 boxes of fiddle faddle.
Which did you guys know is real?
Yes, Caitlin.
I
Okay,
assumed this wasn't a Crackle Jackal Riverdale thing.
I thought it was a Riverdale.
It's not
thing.
Jingle
I thought it was
Jangle.
Jingle Jangle, I'm sorry.
Put some respect on Jingle
Crackle
Jangle.
You
Jack.
guys don't know fiddle faddle?
I know Fiddle Faddle. Cassie didn't know Fiddle Faddle.
I don't know from Fiddle Faddle.
You don't know fiddle from faddle?
Nope.
Okay, before we get into a Seinfeld episode, can somebody talk about Daredevil?
It felt... it's not forced because, like, he's dealing with the justice system, but it still felt so, I don't know, out of character and, like, really, they were forcing it.
It felt like right-wing repellent. Like, if you are right-wing, you will never watch the show, because here's a guy who I know you want to say should get a job, but instead his life is really hard, but he's black, so therefore I don't care about him. Like, it felt like, and for Daredevil, or for Matt, to be like, I know that you're getting fucked, and I'm going to go fight for you. It felt like very right-wing repellent.
Well, and setting up that the cops also just took Fiddle Faddle and were eating it while waiting for him to be arrested. It's like, can't we all just be bros and eat Fiddle Faddle together then?
Not just the cops, but did you hear one of his arguments?
No.
I was a scroll.
He said that?
Yeah, he
Oh,
threw,
that if it was a scroll.
yeah,
Yeah.
he threw the scroll card down, and Matt was like, no, that's not going to work.
That's what really made me be like, God damn it, Disney. We can't be doing this. Not everybody has to make all these connections.
And Matt was like, no, that's not going to work. And then the guy in prison was like, no, but like from Secret Invasion on Disney Plus right now.
Episode 3, go check it out.
And he turns to the camera and winks.
I did not catch that. It went over my head when
Same.
I watched it.
Same.
Wow.
Are you two scrolls?
No. Watch Secret Invasion on Disney Plus now.
Oh, shit. Cassie, we got to get out of here.
We gotta go. Other than that, we had Fisk dealing with just being a mayor. We got a lot of Fisk just being a mayor and seeing
Listening
what
to
that's
children
like.
sing.
I have to ask you guys, is this the first joke, like classically told joke in
Yeah.
Daredevil TV history
Absolutely.
of having
it
to
is.
listen to children sing "We Built the City" out of rock and roll and then going to the Latvian celebration and they sing? Is that the first time this
Yes.
show has ever done a joke?
And
Yeah.
it's my moment of the week.
Yeah, it's gotta be.
His face while watching these kids, it feels like something from The Office. This is Michael Scott watching Scott's Tots being so uncomfortable.
Oh, also, Wilson Fisk promised every Latvian a college education. He's going back on that for sure. But like, would it have made more sense if Fisk, once they started singing, he killed all the Latvians that were singing? He just smashed their heads together. Hold on, I wrote this down. And then it cuts to 2 years where Matt is sitting in a bar, and then the song "We Built the City" comes on, and he starts weeping. He starts crying about all of his trauma. And then he goes to a church rooftop, and then Frank is there, and Frank says, "I'm sorry, Red. We built this city. We built this city out of blood and bones." That's the Daredevil I know.
This man's available for hire. It is the moment of the week. We also, did you guys have, once they put it in a classroom setting and his aides were off to the side and me and Caitlin immediately were like, George Bush.
Yes.
9/11.
Oh, absolutely.
Yes.
This was
Yes.
9/11 for sure.
Another Billy Club hit the towers.
It was all I was waiting for. We also, in the midst of all of this, we still have them going to therapy as well.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're making progress over there. They are, because she moved closer on the couch, and that's how they wanted us to know, is that the gap between them isn't as big.
Sometimes your butt itches. It doesn't mean anything.
And sometimes Fisk gets fatter. I don't know if I remember this or we're supposed to remember this from the Netflix Daredevil, but do you guys remember Adam being killed, or is this a big shock that he's
I
in
didn't
a
remember.
cage?
No,
in
it's
his-
just because I don't know if we met Adam. Adam was
Yeah.
like in the blip relationship. They just talked about him so much fucking that we assumed. And Fisk was like, and you'll never see him again. So we like assumed Adam was dead. And his fists were like bloody throughout all the other episodes. So he's just clearly got this guy in a cage and beats him up and then eats a pasta dinner in front of him.
It's eating the dinner is so weird. It's such a weird move.
Dinner and a show, okay?
Like, I think that post-dinner cigar and brandy around your hostage
Sure.
screaming, that's fine. That's
Yeah,
how
obviously.
men work. But to eat dinner in front of him.
Savage.
Yeah.
His dinners have been so bland too.
But, like,
have you seen them?
Did you notice they're getting bigger? Like, it
They
used to
are
be just like
getting
a grilled chicken breast and asparagus, and now it's like a giant plate of like family
A hungry
sized
man
food.
dinner.
Yeah.
Frozen
Well,
dinner.
that's what. When he's upstairs and he's dignified mayor, it's a dainty little meal. But when he's in his dungeon beating a boy, that's when he needs his
Yeah.
carbs.
Look, the guy that
He's got his
size
jambalaya.
can't have an asparagus and a chicken breast. That's crazy.
He can't survive off that. So that's Daredevil this week. Moments of the week. I feel like most of ours is gonna be we built this city. But if anybody else has another moment, shout it out.
I know I went already, but I'll go again. It's another Fisk one, and it's him and Vanessa are like not in therapy, but they're starting to bond, and he starts another fucking conversation with his wife of, when I was a boy, I'd watch. Well, God damn it! That's when she should have fucking started slapping him. Shut up! Shut up!
That's what they kept from the original Netflix series. They're like, you know what worked really well when I was a boy.
When I was.
And the therapy too is like, Vanessa, why would you have sex with this man? And she's like, his hands God damn, his hands could create art. And just him being like, that's enough already. I can't even deal with that. Slamming his cane. My moment of the week, if like taking all the other stuff off the table, is this room, this convention. It looked like a comic book convention of lawyers at tables. And you can go up to these lawyers and be like, hey, I want my guy to have like no jail time.
Yeah.
And they're like, $60 here, 30 days here, $25 here. And is that a real room?
I didn't know if it was a real job. I had so many questions about this scene in the justice system.
I think that might be closer to the real world than any court TV we've ever seen.
It was crazy.
You'll be in my cage.
That's all the time we have to talk about Daredevil. If you want to check it out, it's Tuesdays on Disney Plus. And that is a wrap on our episode as well, you guys. You did it. Give yourselves a pat on the back. You're all heroes. You're champions. Before we leave, though, we do got to do some plugs. We have some websites, and Mike, I need you to tell the people about them.
Look, these days, in these trying times, we have one website. It's popfilter.co. That's where you go for everything you need. For comfort, for solace, for arts, farts, and crafts, popfilter.co.
Mike, if your schmo is a hoe, where do you go?
Popfilter.co is where you go.
Any other?
No.
Perfect. We have another show on the network, though, and Ryan, can you tell the people about that?
I will, Cassie, but one sec. I forgot about a thing. I predicted, because of the cameraman's constant shooting of the White Tiger's niece, that she might become the White Tiger. I feel like this episode sort of proved that out, so I'm a genius at watching TV. And then, I'm sorry, what were you asking me about?
Movie of the year, if you could use those skills somewhere else.
Oh, yeah. Movie of the year right now is we're about to announce the single greatest movie of 1996. Is it Independence Day or is it Mars Attacks?
But we know aliens are involved.
We know aliens are involved. So, movie of the year, please rate, review, and subscribe.
And Caitlin, we're on social media. Can you tell the people what social media is and how they can find us on it?
Have you ever held the whole world in your hands?
Is this a Bob Dylan song?
Have you ever heard that? No.
That's not Bob Dylan.
I don't care. It's Lion King. And that's
Nope.
Nope.
That's not fucking Lion King. It's Pocahontas. Put some respect in her name.
She was my favorite princess too. This actually hurts my own soul. But yeah, Instagram.
We're
In conclusion, Instagram.
In conclusion, there's pictures, there's words, and there's a pop filter. If you go at your pop filter,
Absolutely.
and it's great. It's great there. It's great. You should go.
These are all true statements.
Yeah.
This is a full endorsement. We also got an email. It's contact@popfilter.co. If we're going to need your emails soon, so please send over your emails. Your emails can be anything at all.
Here. If you were like, I loved Candy Ass Frank, email us. Tell us how wrong and candy ass we are for hating on him.
But the subject has to be candy ass.
Yeah.
He takes his little axe and like hits it in the box next to Matt. Like, this is the top. John Barenthal's not a good actor.
And just frozen ice creams coming out.
Yeah.
I didn't see him as an axe boy. I was like, this man is not an axe boy.
Not a good axter.
No.
Contact@popfilter.co. Send them over there. .com? No, .co.
.co. God damn it, Cassie.
You gave me a look and this is on you.
No, I
He
was
was
Ryan
repeating
look.
my look, Cassie.
Ryan and I
not
were looking at each other. It's
Damn
not
it.
all about you. Also, we didn't say you should probably rate, subscribe, and review this show too.
Oh yeah, go ahead and do that. If while we're asking, go ahead and do that. Add it to your task. Next week we're gonna be taking a break from Daredevil to check in with our Spider-Man boy, and we're gonna be digging into Spider-Man the Animated Series, and I believe Blade will be involved. So be sure to catch that one. For Mike, I'm Brian. For Ryan, I'm Mike. For Caitlin, I'm me, and for me, I'm me. Bye, everyone.